Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back. As promised, I said I would be back with my video for me opening a ramen shop. If you haven't heard, I did open a ramen shop about 3 weeks ago, almost a month now, and I've been renovating it, and I actually had my grand opening last Saturday. So without further ado, let's check it out. So this is what we looked like before, and this is the kitchen. Now, it's not that bad looking. I've been in the kitchen since I was 19, so it really wasn't that terrible. But no, me being me, I got right to work. So I started steam cleaning everything. I worked on this particular stove, not this one that you guys are seeing in the video. The one that I worked on is to the right. But I worked on this stove for about 3 weeks until I had to go buy another one. But let's get to the fun stuff. Painting. So the colors of the shop, my shop, are purple and blue. These walls were very, very jank and old. The landlord of the building said I couldn't take down these wooden slabs, so I did the next best thing. I tried to fill it in with some speckle, which failed miserably. But at the end of the day, it actually added to the appeal of the restaurant, so it really wasn't that bad. So we moved on from that and into this pretty blue. And this is, it's not really blue. It's more of a cayenne teal color. It's actually really, really hard to color match. I had to actually take the shirt that I have this color from and take it to Lowe's, and then they color matched it. And I was able to put this color on the wall. So like, depending on what light's touching it, it looks super blue, or it looks really like tealish, greenish blue. And my favorite colors are green, orange, and purple. So this fit really well. Shout out to everybody who helped with this project. Honestly, it was pretty cool. I had a lot of people actually like show up and put this together with me, because I was here doing this particular project 18 hours a day minimum. Maybe 15 for some days. I do have kids, but I did have them at the shop a lot because I miss my kids and stuff. But yeah, I had a bunch of people actually helping me out and stuff. But as you guys can see, we got it done, and it was absolutely a blast doing this. I really not a painter. I don't do that type of stuff. I'm more so of I build stuff, and I'm a cook and a chef. So this was like a new territory for me, but it was pretty cool doing it. I highly recommend DIY projects, guys. Like if you're into DIY, if you're one of my subscribers, or if you're a follower or a looker, man, I mean, I had a blast doing this. Yes, it wasn't perfect. I'm not going to sit here and say it was, but it was definitely very good for building experience with this, because I learned a lot on this project, and learning how to paint inside the lines was one of them. Probably should have paid attention to that in kindergarten and in first grade, because there was a lot of paint that got places. Cleaned it up as best as I could, but yeah, it was a task, man. It was definitely a task, but as you can see here, that is how it looked. I started putting up decorations inside. We'll get to that later in the video. So then I started doing the outside. I wanted it to, there wasn't actually a giant flag painted on this building. I wish I would have actually like got some footage of it. Also, side note, I am using footage from my Meta AI glasses for this. So a lot of this will not be filmed in the YouTube aspect that you guys are used to. It will be filmed in standard format for videos from a cell phone. But these glasses were actually a lifesaver, because I didn't have to hold anything. I didn't have to set anything up. I probably could have formatted it so that it was, I believe it was 9 by 16 for YouTube videos, or 16 by 9, one of those two. But I definitely probably could have done that, but I didn't. But honestly, I wasn't really looking to do super amounts of video, like conscripting and editing and all that stuff, for the changing the aspect ratio, because really it's about the journey with this, and I want it to be as raw and as straightforward as possible, just because, like, again, I've been doing this now for about 3.5 weeks, going on 4 weeks now, and I know I neglected the videos, and I apologize. And I appreciate all the subscribers I gained while I've been doing this project, which is pretty crazy. My 7 more Gundams Gunpla that I've been like anticipating for this year kind of like blew up a little bit, which was pretty unexpected, honestly. So shout out to everyone who came to the channel from that video, and everyone else who's been watching the old content and commenting and stuff. It's been actually very surprising watching and seeing all the new comments and all the new people coming in, and it's been really gratifying. We're almost at I know I want to get to 1,000 subs by the end of May, but we're almost at 1,000 subs, guys. We're almost at 1,000 subs. And again, once we hit 1,000 subs, we're going right to the contest of picking a winner for the master grade for my collection. I'm not skimping on that. I will not skip on that with you guys. We will absolutely be doing that. I'm going to do a live and run the subscribers' names through this generator. I'm going to figure that all out. If anyone has any suggestions on a good subscriber generator, that'd be really cool, because I'm keeping my word. And I decided that at 1,000, someone gets a master grade. But if we get to 10,000 subscribers, guys, if you watch this video, if you're at this point in the video, if we get to 10,000 subscribers, I will send a subscriber a perfect grade. Now, it may not be a Bandai. It may be Bandai. It may be third party. I don't know yet, but you guys know I'm a huge advocate for third party. So, like, let's build this community up. We will be giving away a perfect grade at 10,000 subscribers. Master grade at 1,000 subscribers. And that's really for the fans, man. For the guys who've stuck around and have really been here since the beginning. And I appreciate you guys. But anyways, back to the ramen shop. I'm a huge anime nerd. So pretty much this entire build came out of my head. And I really wanted to have disc plates. And I wanted Gunpla and Gundam. I have a whole section dedicated to Gunpla. If you guys saw my short the other day, you guys saw that I have displays of my model kits that I personally built in my ramen shop of the Gunpla. And as you can see here, I've made a shrine, if you will, for the RX-78 and Charazaku. And I also made a display with Grandpa hanging out underneath his portrait, and Char hanging out underneath his portrait, and I moved the axe, the heat hawk around, and I have this cool ass neon shield, and it was just cool putting this project together, guys. Shout out to my cousin Antoine for complaining about the flooring that we did, because we did put new flooring in. We put all kinds of cool decorations up that came out of my brain. I was just super focused on doing this over here, and it got done. You know, it got done, and I had a blast. And I'm sorry that I didn't update you guys as much on this journey, because I really wanted to get this shop open as soon as possible. So thank you for bearing with me, and I hope that you guys appreciate this, because this was a crazy task, man. It was a crazy task, and it's actually still surreal. You know, I had my grand opening Saturday, but like, this is completely surreal. And I got to share this with some amazing people who helped me with this throughout the entire journey. And yeah, so here is the Gunpla display over here. This is me drilling holes in this building because I put neon lights up around LED lights up around the top of the shop, because I wanted that 80s ramen shop aesthetic of like Blade Runner-esque. Person who has a really good ramen shop is abroad in Japan. I love his aesthetics. But let's get back into my build. we're arriving at our first problem, which was a flooding basement and then a flooding toilet. And that fucking sucked. But we got through it. We got it fixed. And here was what we have so far. And it's coming along at this point. And everyone's tired. I'm exhausted. And I want to get this done. But we got to push through. So here's everything from afar. I got new tables, chairs. We actually ended up painting those stools. And here is the Kansai Noodle sign. This is my actual name of my restaurant. This is my sign that I designed, and I had a neon company put that together. I got some table lanterns. Got the sign up. Forgive the distortion of the light, but this is now at the point where it's coming together. And I made this video short. I was gonna make it really long, but I kind of wanted it to be a short video because I want to get back to the Gunpla stuff. And I just wanted to show you guys what I've got so far. Right there, one of my LEDs fell down. I had to fix that, but we got it fixed. And I had to make sure that all this wouldn't come down because the Gunpla were going to be displayed above the right side of the bar up there on the top right there. So I had to make sure that those LEDs don't fall so they don't smack them off and they fall and break. So I had to get that figured out. Up next is my custom Zaku Norin signs, which I love them crazily. Really good aspects to the shop. And then here is the display. All of it done, all of it up. And there's my anime, there's the ramen. You know, see if you guys can point out what you see in the comment section. That'd be dope. Bonus points if you know who that guy was around the 1150 mark. And here she is, full display. Here are the Gunpla. I actually space these guys out more. They're more towards the front of the shop as well, which pretty awesome. And we are at the end, guys, coming up to the grand opening, which was super surreal and super amazing. And I got to put all these in the shop, and it made me really happy that people come in and they see it. But here is Kansai Noodle, guys. Take it all in. I got the chalkboard wall for the kids. I got the cherry blossoms display. I've got the neons. I've got everything that makes me happy and makes me love Japanese culture and loves my take on Japanese culture here in the shop. So this was a heck of a ride over the last 3.5 weeks, and with the help of some amazing people, we pulled this off, and it was just a good time. There's my display right there for the Zaku and the RX-78. And there is the display for the other Gunpla. And now we move on to the grand opening, guys. There's my menu. And yeah, so if you like the content, guys, please tell me what you think. I'm EverdayGunplas. Thanks, guys.